1. Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. For today's video, I have the 2023 LCI BMW 330i. I'm going to show you around this vehicle a couple changes as well as the new iDrive 8 system and take one a drive. Now it's always featured to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. Let's get into this video, shall we? Looking on the outside of the 2023 BMW 330i, now of course this is internally known as the G20 generation, and for 23 it does get a facelift or a LCI in BMW terms. As priced, this is about just over $48,000, dressed in a alpine white exterior color with a black Sensatec interior. Looking at the front, of course, you do have the active kidney grills, and I do like the design of this, very clean. And you can see over there, let me see if I can find one. You see that one has like the bigger grill over there. And then if you look right close right there, you do have a 330 right there in that deviant gray exterior color, which I think I honestly like a little bit more than that white. But looking at this one, you can see, of course, you do have 19-inch wheels. These are 255 width for the front and rears. You can, of course, get staggered when you do get a M340 or another wheel option as well. Of course, got keyless entry with power folding mirrors. This also does have the driver assistance package for $700, which does include all of the active driver assistance, blind spot assist, and lane departure warning. Moonroof up top. Here's a quick look at the window sticker. $48,265. Pause the video here if you guys want to see a little bit more. Coming around to the rear, changes are definitely very subtle in the rear. The only thing I really see is a little bit more like enhanced diffuser in the back. Of course, you got the reflector that goes up, and you got the same exhaust tips as the pre-facelift 330. Opening the tailgate, we'll find about 17 cubic feet of space. You got storage down here. Of course, BMW does come with run flat tires. You probably can get a powered tailgate or trunk in a separate option. But let me show you guys under the hood of the 330. You gotta pull it twice. We'll leave that key in there. Now under the hood of the 330, you will find a 2.0 turbo 4-cylinder, also known codename as a B48 engine. Produces about 255 horses, 295 pound for the torque. You will get 25 in the city, 34 on the highway, and 29 combined. Vehicle's weight is about 3,700 pounds. Now keep in mind, this is actually a rear-wheel drive version. If you do get the all-wheel drive version, that will drop MPG combined to about 27. I'll show you guys the interior. Hopping into the back seats, you can see I have about 3 inches of legroom with about an inch or 2 of headroom. You do have a 3-zone climate control, so you got climate controls back here with 2 USB-C ports. A little storage right there for your cup holders. Yeah, all right, there we go. We got LED illumination up top. Let me show you guys the cockpit of the 330i. While this car passes us, but the first thing you are greeted to is the new iDrive 8 system. Definitely looks a little bit more different from the pre-facelift, where it actually makes the design a little bit more futuristic. But looking at the door panels, you can see 2-person memory with automatic windows, lock and unlock, as well as your trunk release down there, and mirror functions. This is a soft touch right there, as well as right here, and where your arm will be resting at. And then it's a little bit slightly padded down here, which I'm surprised. Good job, BMW. You got your power seats right there, forward lumbar support. That's how you open your hood right there. Your light controls on this side. But yeah, hopping into the interior, stated before, you are definitely greeted with the new iDrive 8 system right here, with a 12-inch display right there, as well as a 14.9-inch display right here, which is of course curved, just cool. But looking at the steering wheel, you got these nice paddle shifters right here, very solid feel. And then on this stock, you do have your light controls and your BC button right there to toggle through the different displays. Trip information, and so on. Over here on this side is your wipe controls. You do have a heated steering wheel. This does come with the premium package for $1,450, which also does include heated steering wheel, heated front seats. You also get the comfort keyless entry system, as well as a couple of other features as well. Now looking at the infotainment or the driver display right here in front of you, you have your cruise control settings on this side, and this side controls your display right here. So you hit this page button right there. You can customize it and toggle to the side, so you can actually like toggle over so you got content. You can swipe through that. You can put up like your navigation, radio information, heading, and other vehicle informations. If you toggle over one more, you have layout right there. So you hit layout. You can customize how you want the screen to be laid out. Like an L shape right there. And you got kind of like the standard one, how they did in the pre-facelift, but instead of being like curves, just one big rectangle. And you go over one more, you got your head-up display, which you can't see up top. So you got your directional view, heading, and you can of course have your speed as well as the speed limit in your area. So if you go over to that, hit the page button right there, you can toggle through the head-up display. So you can have your sport view right there, reduce view for more clean design. And of course, it'll actually tell you like when to shift right there, which is pretty cool. I think I'll keep that on the rest of the review. But of course, got your voice command functions right there, volume right there, as well as your phone hang up and accept call right there. Looking at the iDrive 8 system, of course it is touchscreen. I do like the dual displays. Definitely more different from the pre-facelift, where a lot of people said it looked like from the E90 Generation 3 series, and they just kind of improved the screen like graphics, and that was basically it. It was just the same overall design. But I do like this a lot more. So you see right there, you do have Apple CarPlay. So we are going to try a quick Apple CarPlay test. Now keep in mind, it actually is wireless now for this pre-facelift or facelift model. So you go into Bluetooth. Look. All right, we're going to try it one more time. iPhone C, confirm. Continue. So you see it's connecting right there. Hit pair on my phone. Allow. It's waiting for the mobile device right now. Use CarPlay on my phone. I'll hit that. And there we go. All right, so we got it working now. So you just hit allow, and you see the CarPlay works very good. So we're going to try a quick audio test. This does have the 10-speaker hi-fi sound system. You can, of course, get a 16-speaker Harman Kardon as a separate option.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm like an addict. Do I gotta have it? I ain't even playing. Got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it. Fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you...
As you can see, the sound system is very good. It's very clear and crisp. And I do like, it did take a little minute though for the Apple CarPlay to work, but once it did connect, it was smooth. You got your phone settings right there, personal assistant, as well as traffic conditions, so it will actually like calculate your route. You got my BMW right there for your settings, your content. Vehicle settings right there, so you can customize the settings. So your driving settings right there for your driver assistance is right there under that page. Lane departure, as well as the emergency braking. And of course, this is your back button right there. You got your drivetrain and chassis controls right there. So your sound, you can actually turn off the pumped in audio right there, which says iconic sounds. Sport individual, you can customize all that from your steering. Drivetrain, transmission, and then you can of course reset it right there on that side. Eco Pro right there is also customizable for your climate controls, coasting, and so on. Very good feedback. I do like the little click that it gives you when you go backwards. You got your radio controls right there, AM, FM, Sirius XM radio. Phone controls. And of course you do have your navigation. You can go back to home. You got your navigation and a route preview right there. So we're going to try a quick navigation test, see how good it is. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 24. Searching. Boom, there we go. So you just go ahead and hit start guidance, and you'll see right there it'll load up the navigation. You can also choose like different routes.
At the end of the road and then immediately turn right.
So you can see the navigation is of course very easy to use, and you have a cancel button right there. You got your other widgets right there, and if you go back into my BMW, your other vehicle settings for your lights, exterior lighting. You can of course like control the display, so I can adjust like the head-up display. You guys can probably see it now, a little bit more brighter, but and of course you can control the cluster right there as far as brightness goes. You of course have like the wood trim right there, which is pretty cool. You of course got your volume button, and of course, if you guys haven't noticed, going is the climate controls for this facelift version. Those of course embedded right there inside of the infotainment display right there. So if you are looking for your climate controls, you say climate menu right there, and now pull up all your climate controls. Volume control right there, track forward and back. You do have your window defrost for the front and rear, as well as hazards right there. Little storage right there. You can of course get a separate option for wireless phone charger. USB-A port with 2 cup holders, pretty good size with a 12 volt. You got your traction right there with your parking sensors, auto start stop. And then you do have your gear shifter right there with the start stop. So you pull that up for reverse, pull over down for drive, and then one more for sport transmission mode, and you push for park. Now honestly, I feel like BMW should have just left the nice little gear shifter that they had before. I honestly like that one a little bit better, if I'm really being honest. You got your different drive modes right here. So you got your sport individual, comfort. I like the themes though they have on the background. And of course you do have Eco Pro. And when you do toggle the drive modes, you can't see the screen in the middle will actually change, which is nice. All the whole functions right here with your automatic parking brake. These are all your shortcut buttons right here. You of course still use the rotary dial if you don't want fingerprints or nothing on your display. So you got maps, media, telephone navigation, and then you can of course scroll through and push down to select. You got options, this back button in the back. Down here you have a USB-C port with a little bit of illumination. Glove box on this side. Garage door opener right there under the mirror. Of course you do have a moonroof up top with the visor with illumination. Look at all that sunlight right there, very nice. But yeah, let's go ahead and take the 330 for a quick drive and see how she does. All right, we're setting off in the BMW 330i. There we go, we're in drive. Still not used to that little kind of little janky shifter right there. I definitely like the old school one you can really like feel. But we're obviously starting out in this eco setting. So you're in Eco Pro mode, and right off the back, let me talk about the visibility out the front, rear, and sides. I have to say that it's very good. It's very, I can see perfectly out the side mirrors, the front, have a good view over the hood. Definitely feel like, you know, you're a little far back because this is a real drive based vehicle. So I do like the dynamics of this, and even in eco mode, that steering. But yeah, so far I do like the 330i. The first thing, of course, I can't talk about, like I talked about in my walk around, is the new iDrive 8 display right there. Better touch capabilities, improved graphics, and overall better ergonomics and design, which I do like. You see right there, the auto start stop just went on. Very smooth. Not really that many shakes and shimmies through the vehicle when you activate the auto start stop again. You of course see the ambient lighting right there around the interior. So you can of course obviously customize all that under the vehicle settings or my BMW. You go right there to interior lighting. You can see like a slight red, which is like right there around the door panels there. and a little bit right there, as well as across the dashboard. It is pretty nice. You can of course change the colors and so on. You got like red, you can change like green. Definitely too bright out right now, but definitely at nighttime you can really tell though a lot. And I have to say though, these German cars with the ambient lighting, that really makes the interior. May sound like a small feature, but it really counts. That torque, the power, and everything, it just works so good. It just takes off. There's a pre-facelift 330i right there. But yeah, so far I like the new iDrive 8. So you see right there, I can change the content as well as the other displays right there. So put all that right there in the middle of the screen. I kind of like having the navigation there. It's kind of nice. So yeah, there's a nice little mix right there, so you can see where you're going. You got like navigation up, and then you still got like the same design as before. Now, of course, it is based on drive mode, so that's something to remember. So let's say we go ahead and throw it into comfort mode. Love that theme right there. You got like a flamingo red right there. Now, if I'm being honest though, you may say that, oh, these are just small changes, but in reality, I honestly have to say though, so far, that these actually turn out to be really big changes, specifically with the infotainment, which you'll really be working with and interacting with every day. They, of course, did a good job with that. I got the new 330, boy. Yeah. This is the new 330. I got the curved iDrive display. Now, of course, the head-up display, of course, is nice, clear, and crisp. I can see everything very good. You got your speed right there, as well as the speed limit. And like before, you can, of course, customize the head-up display, as well as the layout of the display right here. You got an L shape right there, which is just cool. And of course, you get the very, like, tight displays right there. Yeah, that L shape, that's nice though. But personally, I like the kind of like standard one right there. That's good enough. But yep, so let's go ahead and hit the highway and see how she does, right? But yep, so getting onto the highway, I'm just gonna turn up into sport for a minute. Sport traction. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, yeah. This thing got good pep though. I'm really excited to see the M340i though, this 2023 version. Now, of course, we are obviously sitting in traffic. Now, I can suspect that you will get an additional driver assistance plus package if you want to get like all of the different driver assistance and so on. So you're just sitting in traffic, we'll just go ahead and throw everything back on in normal mode. So yeah, we're just gonna sit in traffic for a little bit. Now, I was gonna talk about the ride noise, but I believe that ride noise obviously is unchanged from the previous pre-facelift version, so it should be about the same. But yeah, this car is just nice. I do like this. $48,000. Now, the dealership actually did have two others in. It was one like it was a blue, and it was like a dark gray one I showed you guys earlier in the video. But that one actually was about $54,000. And so far, when you put all of this on paper, this may be one of the best entries in the segment, though. Because when you think of the Mercedes C300, as much as I like that car, and I think that definitely has like more technology, and it was like one of the first in the segment to do like the wireless connectivity for your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I have to say though that this is honestly just, it's pretty good still. It's pretty good, but the Mercedes just has a little bit more edge. But keep in mind too, the Mercedes has a higher price tag, so that's something to think about when you are cross-shopping these. Is that for about $53,000, depending on how you spec one out, definitely recommend the M Sport package to make it look a little bit more interesting. Because I've seen like a couple of base models, but it was okay. But I think you probably need the M Sport package, and then between that Diva Gray and that blue one, that Portimao blue, something like that, let me know in the comments. But between those two, that was just phenomenal. Alright, so while we're in traffic, I want to show you guys the charging battery meter right there. I like the graphics with this. Showing like a 330 actually driving, like rolling that way. That's cool. But so yeah, when you let off and you're coasting like we are now, it shows you charging up the battery, which is nice. It's all about the details. That's really what I feel a little bit more different with this facelifted 330, is that BMW actually improved the details and just a little bit more in depth than what the pre-facelift was, which I do like. And it's something that I think if you're looking for a vehicle like this is perfect. But yeah, so now the traffic is opening up. Of course, it's at the impact, so you can really feel a little bit more like road feel, the suspension. But I have to say though, even when you get over the smooth stuff, this thing just rides nice. It's still like, it rides nice, but it's still a sporty kind of feel, which you want in a vehicle like this. But throwing it into sport mode, and let's say you throw in the sport transmission, things elevate a little bit. Yeah, buddy, this is quick. More than enough power though on a daily basis, I can honestly say. So you see right there at highway speeds, the vehicle is smooth, it's quiet, and it's calm. Really don't hear that much road noise. You can see right there in the infotainment screen when you put up the sport mode, in my BMW, it shows you your torque, horsepower, and it actually shows you a graphic of the vehicle. So if I put my foot on the brake, it'll actually brake. Wow, that's nice. I hear a little turbo noise, just a little bit, very slight. Then you of course still engaged with the 330. You got your paddles. And the shifting is very good. You do also have shift lights as well. Yeah, you got the shift lights right there in the head-up display. It's very clear, crisp, and it tells you definitely when to shift. I wish it did have slight crackles though in the upshifts to make things just a little bit more like enjoyable. But other than that, you put it back into its auto setting. I already have to say though that the Drive Sport is already good enough. It reads your mind more than plenty. But yeah, around the town driving is really where the 330i shines. slightly louder. I'll leave it at the sport displays for you guys. And we know, let's leave it in sport check. Yeah, drive that thing, man. Woo! Drive it. Stuff like that really gets your blood pressure and everything just up. But I mean, $48,000 though. Sounds like a good deal if you ask me. How are U-turns? Let's try it out. Sport traction. Whoa! Got sideways on me. Yeah. Yeah, I like the rear-wheel drive version. Wow, this is fun. But yeah, so as we wrap up the video, what do I think about the 330i? This being the rear-wheel drive version, I have to say though, it's definitely fun, as you guys saw in that last corner. We made a U-turn. Of course, U-turns are very easy in this vehicle. It's not like too big, but you can definitely feel a little bit more. The steering is definitely on the lighter side, if I'm really being honest, but it's definitely heavier than like a A4 or a C-Class. But what I really feel though, despite the steering like being lightweight, it's very direct though. That mid-range torque, my goodness. It's like quick, snappy, and ready to go. But yeah, so what do I have to say about the 330i? Of course, I do have to say that I do like this so far. And for $48,000, what a steal. I mean, when you look at other competitors, they're charging obviously like the mid-50s range to actually get like pretty good equipment, but this being $48,000 is pretty good. Now, the only thing I would switch with this is obviously the color. If you're looking to like get a pre-LCI or facelift 330i or M340, I recommend getting a darker color. I don't know if it's just my personal preference, but I like deviant gray and the blues and the black. I already have a black car, so I probably wouldn't get black, but that would be my personal opinion of what to add on. But other than that, I really have far few complaints. They improved the infotainment display right there with the new iDrive 8. It's very interactive. I do like the touch capabilities. And they of course went from that kind of bezel design that they had before to a little bit more of a futuristic, more technology like forward design, which I do like and appreciate. You can of course see the ambient lighting right there. And of course you have built-in navigation, of course, which is good to see, because I know a couple of German cars, they skip out on like navigation and all that, which is a little bit of a bummer when you're paying this much for a vehicle in this class. But I am happy to see that the Germans are stepping up. I do also wish it did have like adaptive cruise control, which I have to check and see. I know there's a driver assistance plus package that you can get. I don't know if it's available on the 330i, but I know that you can definitely get that if you want a little bit more like driver assistance technology. Yeah, in sport mode, you can really feel it. Whoa. Whew. My God, this is crazy. I keep forgetting I'm in the real drive version. But yeah. Whew. Alright. Yeah. This thing is crazy. I'm gonna try a little acceleration though for you guys right here. It says 0 to 60 is about 5.4 seconds. All right, let's go back. I'll do a little bit more for you guys. But my God, this thing is a handful. My goodness. Well, I'm gonna leave traction. Yeah, I'm gonna leave everything on, because this is. Whew. Yeah, if you guys saw that on camera, my God, this is the 4-cylinder. This is ridiculous. So much engagement. Yeah, I'm gonna leave traction on. Now, if I'm being frank with you guys, of course I drove the 4-cylinder Supra, and I have to say that, yeah, it's about just as squirrely as the 4-cylinder Supra. Alright, I do want to try just taking off normally. Of course, I will leave everything on for traction and just take off normal. My goodness. Wow. I'm still a little shaken though from that sidewaysness. That was crazy. But yeah, so as I wrap up the video, we are back to the dealership. As stated before, I have far few complaints with the 330i, and as you guys can see, it's very fun. And this is an M340, that's the crazy part. Now, if I was buying one of these, I would definitely get the M340. Now, not saying this is a bad vehicle, but I associate BMWs with the straight 6, and I think that's just personal preference. But yeah, so make sure to stay tuned, guys. I'll see if I can get my hands on a 23 M340i at a later date. But as always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications. And I'll see you guys in the next one. This is Chris signing out.